Hey Aries, how's it going? We're bringing back to you a tarot reading. So this message is being recorded on December 4th, and it should be available, from 2026 and, down the road. You're gonna find this message whenever you're supposed to. You're supposed to find a message. This is the message that you need to overcome something. So grab your popcorn, grab a drink, and let's get started. I'm gonna pick on 9 cards. And after we pick on those 9 cards, we're gonna check on actionable steps on how we should move forward with this situation. Okay, let's see. First of all, we got the Wheel of Fortune. We got the 10 of Cups. Sorry, 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands and Temperance. The 3 cards, by on its own, lack of luck. We are also releasing a burden, and we're getting at some sort of moment of balance. Or you may be just starting to be able to discern things and be able to balance things out. Should we necessarily always check, count on luck? No. Sometimes when we're looking for some sort of outcomes, you might want to get some sort of exact, logical decisions, actions itself. If we're looking up at the rest of the reading, we also do have 3 Pentacle cards, and we do have 1 Cup, 1 Wands, and 1 Sword. Okay, so as I said before, you're probably coming out at this sort of unlucky phase, Aries. You're coming out of this unlucky phase where you start to finally simply, just get to the point and you're like, you know what? I feel like I'm just carrying way too much on my back. It may be time to unload a few things here and there. And you start telling yourself, well, what is actually necessary for me to move on? You need to start prioritizing and having a balanced decision. You make a balanced assessment. Most of you guys are most likely into this phase at the moment. As I said again, you stop counting on luck. The wheels are not churning. You may feel kind of, stuck, stale. But then that's when the action actually starts coming off. All right. Next up, we got the 10 of Cups, the 9 of Pentacles, and the 2 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. We talk about family. In this case, it may be unhappy about a situation, maybe unhappy about a family situation, a family setting. The 9 of Pentacles is bringing you a coin. The 9 of Pentacles he's the guy who's, he's the very slow one. He's the most slowing moving knight in all suits. But he's the guy who for sure who's gonna get the job done. If you look up at those 2 cards, he is actually approaching the 2 of Pentacles. So this may be already something that you have on the horizon. This may be a venture. This may be a business that you started to actually start juggling and try to balance. Again, more balanced cards. Again, you start assessing if you're happy or unhappy in this situation at the moment. If I get to look up at this entire reading at just a single glance, I will probably say this is most likely somebody who's very tired either of working, or somebody who's very tired or just getting to the max point where they tell themselves, hey, I need to take care of other things besides just work. And you're not completely wrong to do that. Next up, we got the 7 of Wands, the 10 of Pentacles on reverse, and the 4 of Swords. The 7 of Wands pretty much tells us that you're getting into that surrender mode. You probably have been telling yourself many things or you've been pushing yourself to many things. Again, I believe this is most likely, if you're either, too heavy on love, you might be going like on work. If you're too heavy on work, you might be start weighing things out and start pulling away from that. That's what I feel mostly. Somebody over here is trying to get some sort of balance, and just telling themselves, hey, I am going to put my eggs into different baskets. And there's nothing wrong with that. You should never put all of your investment in only one single basket. You should know that better. Anyways, the Seven of Cups, as I said, reminds us of surrendering, not trying to be on the defensive as much. Followed up by the Ten of Pentacles. No, that does not necessarily can mean that it's a financial stress, but you get the point. You're just simply not putting that into the top of your list. You start noticing that other things are important too. And lastly, we got the Four of Swords, which reminds us of taking the time to rest, taking the time for ourselves, taking the time to stop, assess, plan things out, think about the next day. It's recognizing when you actually need some sort of rest. It's actually when you need to put a situation to rest. So if you got into this message here, this is pretty much your call. It may be time for you to start dropping a few things and just try to, decide what is important for you at this very moment. What are you gonna pick? What are you gonna choose? If you're gonna look up at other details on this reading, we can get the Wheel of Fortune, the Ten of Cups, and the Seven of Wands. Again, you're just not simply counting on luck anymore to be able to fulfill a family or fulfill this sense of, making up with the appearances. You're just not hiding things anymore. You don't necessarily gotta be a, nagging person all the time, but when are you actually supposed to start imposing those boundaries and telling yourself and others when it's a time where you need a timeout? Next up, we have the Ten of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles. As I said previously, you might be beginning to notice, surely but slowly, that you may be working too much. This has been going on for quite a while. And you need some rest. What is gonna happen if you keep straining yourself, working yourself to death? Nothing good is gonna come out of there. Maybe it might be time to get a different job. Maybe if you work in, let's say, in a corporate setting, in a big building where you have many different kinds of operations going on, maybe go to a different department. So there is this call for, being a little bit more strategic, being a little bit more useful with what you have, what the cards you have at the hand at the moment, how can you play those cards at the moment, and taking actionable steps down further the road so you can get actually something accomplished without overstraining yourself. Next up, we got the Temperance card, the Two of Pentacles, and the Four of Swords. Again, you started to notice those things. Maybe I'm working too much. Maybe I'm giving way too much attention to certain people. Maybe I'm getting burnt out, And you're finally noticing that you need to sit down, you need to rest, you need a little time for yourself, okay? Just know that. This is the message. If you've been thinking in the past that, oh my God, I am so damn tired, I am so tired of everything around me, and I need some damn rest, this is a message for you. This is the confirmation that you need some rest, okay? We only got two more analysis over here. We got the Seven of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Temperance. You're finally surrendering and starting to notice all of the signs, and you're slowly going there. You're slowly going there. You're slowly getting the balance that you need. How's your emotional right now? How's your physical? Have you gone to the doctor lately? Have you checked on your friends? Have you taken some sort of time for yourself? A lot of people need some time alone. Have you taken a activity that you can do it on yourself? This is something to think about. And lastly, which was our beginning of the reading, middle and ending, the final outcome is that you're finally starting to stop counting on luck, because straining yourself, sometimes less is more. That's probably what I should have said since the beginning. Sometimes less is more. Picking up after everybody is not gonna make you look better. That's just gonna make you look like the chump who's picking up after everybody. And people will get used to it and they will keep doing it. And it's time to put on some boundaries, you know? Time to put on some boundaries. You're slowly going there, slowly getting there. What is probably taking you the biggest problem, because we got, you know, you got the 10 of Wands, we got a 10 of Cups, and we got a 10 of Pentacles in here. We got 3 10s. So it's not the end of the world, but I think you're finally noticing what is going on around you, and you're gonna get there eventually. You will. All right, let's get some 3 oracle cards, and we'll get to see what comes out and what you should be thinking at this moment. Okay, we got Let Love In by Rogue and Gambit. Let love in. It might be that time where you, again, take care of yourself a little bit. Not necessarily just love about other people. That can also be self-love. Have you had a when was the last time you have a mani-pedi? When was the last time you had a mani-pedi? When was the last time you went to the salon and got your hair done? When was the last time, if you're a man, when you got out with your wife? If you're a woman, you're in an actual loving relationship. When was the last time you got out with your husband? You had some time out. You got to enjoy your time with each other. That's a question for you. If you think I'm cold now, just wait, by Emma Frost. Be watchful for deceptive tactics about people. Why do I say that? When you start pulling out of certain situations, some people will start noticing it. Some people will do. And some people will start shit because of it. Unfortunately, that's human nature. You know, not everybody is satisfied about everything. So some people will start, oh my gosh, he ain't working as much as she used to. He ain't working as much as he used to. Oh, you're pulling out from us. What's happening? And it might be that time where you get to stop and say, hey, I have noticed that I've been giving out too much of my time and my energy to this place, to this institution, to this whatever that may be. And I feel like it is time to balance it out to myself, because other parts of my life are not being met at this moment. And they will have to accept it. Okay? If you're picking up after everybody else, then you gotta, you know, let everybody know, hey, I picked up for this person. Why can't this other person take care of themselves? What is happening here? Open up your mouth and you gotta say it. Because if you don't, it's gonna keep going. And lastly, we got Jubilee. Jubilee. Be bright, be fearless, even in the dark. People will be blinded by the fact that you're looking out for yourself. People might get mad because you're looking out for yourself, but there is nothing wrong with that. You know, at the end of the day, very few people will actually look out for you. A corporation is not gonna look out for you. Your time and an energy is being given to something else that you may not be receiving the full amount. So again, don't be afraid. This may be a new situation. You may be somebody who's like work, I don't know, 100 hours a week. But is that healthy? Is that actually bringing you anything? Yeah, it might be paying the bills for sure, but are you going to get yourself burned out? Ask yourself. All right. With that said, I'm going to close this one. This is the longest video I have ever made. It's almost 20 minutes. Oh my God. Please don't forget to hit like and subscribe to the channel. That would help me a lot. You have no idea. Just so you can get further actionable updates, you know, stuff that you can actually apply, not just simply thinking about if Billy is gonna call you next week, right? And I also got donation links in my description below with a store link if you ever want to buy anything. With that said, I really appreciate you watching until the end, and I hope you have a great time this week. See you later. Bye-bye.